Hey guys, and welcome back to Series 3, Episode 10 of our house renovations.
How have we got to 10 episodes? How have you guys watched 10 episodes of us trying to renovate the house? The final room of the house though.
And we have hit a major milestone in today's video because this is the last outing for the hammer to be used for destruction. In theory, it should only be renovating from here on in.
No promises, because the hammer will probably come back out to play a few more times to break a few more things, but we do also, or I also find a really annoying thing with renovating an old house.
Another one.
And have to basically find some really faffy workaround to make it kind of new again, to fit new things, because it's an old house which has been here for like 150 years, and we've basically got to work out how to...
Old houses are a faff.
That's why these videos take a long time to put together, because it takes me a very long time to work out how to do lots of things. Anyway, here's today's video. Okie dokie, so previously, if you've watched our previous videos, you would have seen that we have now built this partition wall behind me right now, and I think I just pronounced it right, partition wall. I think in the last video I kept saying petition wall. It's not a petition, it's a partition. It's basically exactly the same word. This wall is now built, which splits this room in half. This side where the camera is, this is the utility area and the downstairs toilet, which again you would have seen if you watched our previous videos. And then on this side of the wall, this is the entrance hall area and the dog bed area. And before I continue doing the work on this wall and finishing this wall off, I thought it would be a good idea to actually go over this side of the house or this side of the room and continue some work over there. Because over on this side, this is where the section of the ceiling is, which I didn't take down in the previous video because there was too much crap in the way. I had so much plasterboard and wood over here, I didn't take that bit of ceiling down, which now means I can get the hammer back up to play. And I've just thought to myself that that ceiling, which I've just taken down, is the final ceiling to come down in this whole house, this whole renovation, which means that we have now hit that milestone that there is now no longer any more ceilings to be knocked down, which is a very good thing for me because it's not an enjoyable job. It is super messy, it's super dusty, and because we've done the rest of the house and this is like the last room to do, all of that dust which basically comes down, there is no escaping it. No matter how well you tape up a door, it still basically gets sucked through the rest of the house and basically covers the whole rest of the house in a big thick layer of dust, which is not nice, not enjoyable, and it's, you know, it takes a lot of tidying and a lot of cleaning up. And it also means that I have access at the moment to the shower tray or the plumbing of the underside of the shower, which is a very good thing to actually just double check that we've had no leaks since it's been done, which was like probably well over 2 years ago now, maybe even 3 years ago. So it's nice to see that there is no drips, no leaks or anything like that on the underside of the shower. All of the water pipes and stuff are all looking good, which means that I've got peace of mind when I put this final sheet of plasterboard on and get it to actually look like an actual room and not so much like a building site. So I was just doing some measuring and gonna move on and get some plasterboard onto this wall and around this door into the porch, but I've just basically worked out there's an annoyance with this door frame. Now, this door frame, probably being original to the house, so it's probably like 100 and something years old, is a single molded piece of wood. The actual doorstop and all of this trim is basically one piece of wood. So you cannot take this door trim off or this doorstop off and move it. And also this door frame is a supporting door frame. So everything above, so this brickwork and some of the joists above are all basically being supported in and around this door frame. So there's no way we can take this wall out to open up this porch or even take this door frame out. You might be wondering, why would you want to change the door frame? There's a reason why. Basically, the original door size for this door frame is 34 inches, which is 86.5 centimeters. Now, the biggest internal doors you can buy now is 33 inches, which is about 84-ish centimeters, which basically means that new internal doors are too small or too narrow for the size of this door frame. So I have to make this door frame smaller. But I've basically worked out that where the door would normally stop and it would catch inside here onto this doorstop, the new internal door sizes are actually the size of the inside of this doorstop. So I've found some of this wood here, which is 12 mils thick, which is the exact same thickness as the original doorstop. So by doing that, that basically means that the new size here is the size of a new door. And then I can basically get a new doorstop to put on the front of it here, which basically means that a new internal door, the biggest internal door you can buy, will fit on the inside of this door frame rather than in the actual door frame. So I've kind of basically got to build a mini door frame inside this door frame. And yes, this whole house is me kind of working around the old and trying to make it good again, because you cannot put a door in this door hole anymore because they don't make doors that size anymore. So it's just more faff. So now I've reframed the inner side of this door frame all the way around. I've now got to put a new piece of wood on the front of this door frame. So I've got a thicker piece of wood here, which has a 45-degree angle, which goes onto the top section up there. That basically covers up all of this kind of like imperfection in this door frame. As you can see, it's like super old and kind of worn out. That piece of wood covers up the old door frame, goes onto that new piece of wood, which I've just added onto there, because when I want to dot and dab some plasterboard to this wall, as you can see, it now goes into that piece of wood, and there's a slight gap by about 2 or 3 mil down here, which is the perfect kind of gap for a bit of plaster, because that's about 2 or 3 mil. So that means when it's plastered, it will be flush with this new piece of wood. And then that means that our architrave can then go on top of this piece of wood, so then you have a nice finished door frame. Yes, it's going to be slightly bigger and chunkier than the original door frame, but it basically means that it's all going to look nice and new, and it's just going to make it look so much better. So if you watched our previous videos, you will know that we've actually got electric underfloor heating throughout this whole house, both downstairs and upstairs. This kind of front area, this sort of porch area, and our utility area is no exception. We're also going to be putting electric underfloor heating in this room as well. And what I'm doing now is basically prepping or getting ready for that electric underfloor heating. So I've got this sort of plastic tube, and I've just put this spare scrap bit of cable or wire through the center of that tube. That basically means that I can now bury this tube in the wall with this draw cable. When we come to actually install our underfloor heating, there needs to be a sensor which basically goes from the thermostat, which is going to be in the wall here, under or behind the wall, and then into the ground to basically detect the temperature of the underfloor heating. And doing prep work like this basically means your future self is just going to thank you, because you've prepared the things that you're going to be doing in the future to make it easier for yourself in the future. By putting that draw cable in means that I can just drag that sensor straight through the wall and out into the floor, rather than struggling trying to get it down at a later stage. So something very, very cool has just turned up. You can probably tell from the shape of this box here. These are the two brand new doors we've got for the sliding doors or the pocket doors, which go into this section here. And I'm very excited to see them for the very, very first time. Ooh.